that you crushingly lost, right? I mean, you did dominate the first half, but you lost a great amount of lead heading into the second half. So I guess that's kind of a map where you just kind of overthink. Maybe just try to ban out and see a different kind of life, because right now, Ascent is not going to be your teammate. And thank God, Tyrant actually do ban it out. So a potential, what, icebox? Split? Not a split, kind of bad. Yeah, no way Pearl's gonna need to be played. So we do have an icebox coming in as our BO1.
It is gonna be indeed an icebox last year waiting to happen, where Tyrant will be starting off on the defensive side. And my oh my, I'm really excited for this one. Hopefully the team can see some agents that has a broader control of spacing and like the faster that we have been able to discuss on the one. Also Harbor as well as Viper to say the least. There are some teams who actually play a couple controllers and you may also see it Omen as well as Weapon the Mix. But look at what we have here. National Clearance, if that is our main agent composition on one part.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull that one real quick once again on that hit, on that lead performance of the car. I'm pretty sure if you're playing Icebox, on their verticality control when you're trying to push the A to B side, it's still very similar to how Split is, but you kind of want your Soma to be the primary initiator here, so having a guy to be creative and trying to spot out information both A and B sides, because especially when you're on the attack, you know, every position that the defender will have is going to be you at a disadvantage. So now here we go. Here, I'm at F1 Hotel Manila Beach. You see, we're down at the lower bracket. It's going to be no namers up against the home team, Tyrant Esports, who's going to come out alive on this BO1 to advance to the next stage and come and find out how to enter and loading in this room.
But we are die waiting to happen from our current matchup. Definitely, we've been able to confirm a couple of things here. We got a couple of, or rather a couple of initiators here for the side of no namers. We got the Gecko and the Soba to try and compensate for the lack of line, and as well as the fact that the Neon here, which is also the same here for Tyrant as well. Other than the fact that there's quite a couple of duelists playing here, and my, this is gonna be really an interesting one.
It's going to be heavy as we load into our first map, only map that they'll be able to play here on the lower bracket. Icebox it is as our game to play, and for no namers, they came so close to advancing and going up against Nifty Ultra at the semifinals. Unfortunately, had to lose that one out bad. After going up 6-1 on the first half, they lost 7-9. Including the second half and the overtime, they only scored one round, which is abysmal. Gotta find something as we move on to start this first half on the attack with them.
Yeah,
here in
for some
Icebox.
reason that fight definitely pulls onto your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Because it's already, see, like you can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then immediately it's gotten snatched away
Ouch.
from you. And ouchie indeed. But let us see who's gonna have right now. Tyrant on the defending side, and it seems like no namers Cavs God is definitely doing every single round he may see before opting for that entry. And definitely just gonna be preparing for this supposed execute.
Kind of a strong ace setup that you have here on the attack. Still waiting for an opportunity to strike. Here is no namers waiting for the Lufa information. Right now they do see it, clear it out, decides to push it. But Kev's actually on a strong position to actually take down Snappy. So there we go, that's the first blood. Spike planted here at A.
Very much recognizable, the ghosts all around our players right now. The one tap capability seems like they're about to offer a retake here, but it's gonna be quite difficult because there's a lot of members to take into account, a lot of members to set their eyes upon. But right now, Lively just gonna be left alone here, and he is yet to make his way into the side. But it seems like no namers is more than prepared for his push.
The time is running out, you just gotta go find this information, but there's nobody really there right now for Lively to take down, and he falls. First round goes to no namers. Rest assured, guaranteed that no namers are gonna have a great start here with the rifles actually coming into play now. And for Tyrant, I mean, it's still okay. You're on the defensive side. You're just going to be forced with pistols, maybe a stinger through there. you're still the one at the advantage since the enemy has to swing through you on these power positions.
True. And I feel like it's also quite notable with the first blood share being Snappy. It's been like the moment wherein Tyrant has been facing the difficulty to finally opt for a retake because, I mean, it's already one man down. Sometimes it's more in the strength in terms of numbers, but look at the stack that we have here from Tyrant so far. Quite decisive, definitely vouching on the numbers here since they want to compensate for the lack of guns. But I wonder, would this be enough in order to take the second round?
Oh, here we go. Gonna be a tricky defensive setup that you got here on the B side. I mean, how did this guy go through here already? Matt playing it sneaky, like a devil he is.
Just gonna be but I'm already seeing the gunshots here. It's gonna be secured here by his back and definitely showing that he owns this mid area, taking 3 from the opposition. Lively and Droplet all alone here, but we'll try to keep with the numbers regardless of the disadvantages they are facing right now, securing the Bulldog and the kill from that. But unfortunately, no-namers will just finish it off.
I mean, it's still okay that Droplet do find 2 kills there, just to make the economy a bit more expensive for no-namers on the coming round ahead. So you'd see still a couple of Bulldogs into the mix here for round number 3 for no-namers on the attack. But now it's your gun round. It's your first try to take advantage of this. So if you're Snappy, you really look to try to put yourself in the board along there with Sabi. You got a 2 duelist setup right now, and you're on the defense. You want to be able to set things off for your team.
Normally you would expect Snappy taking the RAF area, dashing in, but it seems like that is a no-go, especially if they're going to be facing up against Deathbot. Definitely leading the charge here, but no presence as of yet. A really quick pick-off here from Snappy, which is wonderful here for Tyrant. And seems like the only person who might for the go signal pushing is already gone here for no-namers.
Alright, starting to look good here for Tyrant, slowly creeping their way in. On the defense, look at the mid-map action here from Kongu. They're gonna start to just disengage here. I mean, you love to see what you're seeing for Tyrant. They're just waiting for the enemy to strike.
Waiting for their enemy to strike, indeed. I wonder which time they are waiting for. 15 seconds in the clock. The more it lessens, the more the pressure that no-namer is going to be facing. Regardless of the loss of Petscott here, they are still trying to risk this one out. Some shots already being hurt here. Some damage being taken from the snake bite, but Sammy will be taking out Gongo with a quick trade here from Jion. Seems like no utility usage is needed at all. But the recon guard will be detecting someone. Detecting Jion has no choice but to bend up. Lots of people here from the counterpart, and now it's all up to his mag. Will he be able to set this apart? I guess not.
Oh, wow. Beautiful take there for Tyrant. On the defense, found some signs of life, and you can hear the crowd go cheer at him. Yeah. Yes, Kuya. Yes. You do love me some crowd work right there, but Tyrant, I mean, I think that's a great sigh of relief, thinking you took a beating up against Nif the Older earlier today. Finally take your gun round. It's already doubled.
True. The economy seems quite a bit stable for both of our teams. I mean, it's a Tyrant's buy round after all,
yep.
So we're very much deserving to win that one. Because if not, man, they're up for a really, really sweaty match here. But right now, it seems like is Mac might possibly, or rather, Droplet might possibly detect a lot of people here in B main. Nanostorm's already out here. Will be delaying them from pushing, but that doesn't mean it's gonna stop them.
Droplet has to stay alive here. Just play with his life and wait for the reinforcements to strike, but Scabs spraying through, no damage actually taken. But now it's going to be a push coming to a shove right now, as we got Tyrant actually taking the first blood. Lufa already out, so no more information coming out of no-namers with that Sova eliminated.
Eliminated indeed. 4v5 Tyrant still clean with some scratches here onto Droplet, Mini, and as well as Snappy. But We are yet to see if there is gonna be a clean take here because the spike is not in the hands of no-namers at all.
Yeah.
It seems like it's gonna be quite of a waiting game. Just waiting who's gonna be pushing forward and who's gonna be detecting first. But it seems like some shots are running upon, but no damage is being dealt.
I mean,
Bad news here for no-namers.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining. No namers just gotta take that spike, but again, he's heavily guarded here by Tyrant. So you're forced to a decision where do you want to contest that or do you just want to save? It's like it's the latter here for no namers. You want to save out those rifles for the next round and take a crack at this later on. But for Tyrant, I mean, Droplet was kind of like the best player out of that round. I mean, the impact that he's had when he shut down Lupa, who was kind of the spike carrier for no namers, all he had to do was just wait for those players to swing, but unfortunately, it didn't really happen. No namers was reluctant on trying to take that spike, knowing that there might be too much pressure for them waiting on that round.
Yeah, I mean, that's also like the difficult thing if you're on the attacking side and you want to take B. It is you using the Viper wall and ensuring that the plant will actually be commenced into the site. A lot of people gotta back up to whoever's planting the spike, and it's really important that you're not in the vulnerable position because
Yeah.
they just pre-fired through the toxic wall. But right now, they are gonna be opting for a different approach here. They want to take the A site right now, but the question is, would they be able to take a couple of bodies before doing so?
I mean, I mean, both are strong on the attack, on the defense. Here is just who's gonna have the better gunnies moving forward. Are you going to progress towards A is the question. Right now, if you're no namer, it's just kind of waiting. There goes Killjoy, ultimate. Actually waiting for some players to actually get detained. Unfortunately, nothing, but that's still good information, right? The site is clear. You can take that spike down over here and plant it and play for that post plant.
Great utilization of the lockdown, and that positioning for the plant from the wingman is just absolutely wonderful. Definitely gonna make the counterpart vulnerable here for Tyrant, but it seems like Kev's got already narrowing down their numbers. Here they come, that's connecting. A lot of them. What just happened? They're just gonna be jumping through the screens, and before they even know it, Kev's God is already right beside them.
Oh my god, big 2 kills, but the spike is getting diffused here. Kyle buying time. Does no namers know that the spike is getting diffused here right now? Kyle, again, he's got 2 segments in there, just way too late. Not so sure why it took him that long. We kind of heard that spike getting diffused multiple times, thinking that at least the first half was done. But yep.
Yeah.
If
I
you're
feel
a
like
pro,
they're
you
counting it like 1, 2, 3 or peak
Yeah.
or something like that.
The
But
timing is unreal, sadly.
yeah, the timing has been perfect here for no namers, and I really want to applaud what Kev Scott just did there. Just jumping through and appearing like, hi guys, I am here right beside you and taking multiple kill after kill. And I wonder what's gonna be the difference here for Tyrant, because that's just gonna be disorienting them for a bit.
Okay, there's the recon ball information that there's a couple of guys here. Snappy. We haven't really seen something from him, but he has to make the play here. There's the first blood. Looking pretty good so far. First blood traded though. What looking like the follow-up is likely going to favor Tyrant here. So you'll take that on the defense, as you're only hoping to deal with 3 more players ahead from no namers.
Not gonna lie, they can rotate right now, but they better be prepared of who is in the mid area. We've got Droplet and as well as Lively on this one, and it seems like they're trying to creep and offer a wraparound here. Gonna be quite of a difficult one to do, especially here in the hands of Kev's God, clutching the spike, hugging it closely. 45 seconds of the clock. I wonder, would this be enough? A lot of people being seen here at the boilers area. Golly, this is not looking good for Kev's God at all.
Oh, too much pressure, and he's down with the spike. Great information in for Tyrant that they're just gonna have to hold mid. Kind of compromised right now. He's surrounded, and look at Tyrant responding back. Droplet has made it clear that this map is for Tyrant. 10 eliminations so far in this first 6 rounds of action.
Wonderful. And I really like the approach wherein they just decided to group together in the mid area, predicted that they might possibly rotate, and that quite happened, to say the least. You would normally expect that they will be going together here for no-namers, for the remaining standing people here, but unfortunately they haven't been able to do that, and it's limbed down their chances into securing that round. But right now, it seems like we're seeing a lot of ultimates present from both sides, and there might be a possibility of these being used. We got the Viper Spit, the Overdrive, and as well as the Hunters here for no-namers. They can utilize that right now, actually.
Now they can go in and just massively just push this with Kevs absolutely having a great performance for the past 2 games that they've played. Again, 6-4, totally not a bad KD score so far, but he's made the openings clear for no-namers and has helped them win the space in this round that they have won. But look at this play here for Mac. Does he know? Hello.
Oh my! Bit of a sad way to die here for Lively. But other than that, Viper Spit already out here on the A side. But the Hunter's Fury, would it be connecting onto anyone? I guess not. Snappy already being eliminated here by Gion. Unfortunately, not waiting his comrades to opt for a retake. And now they work at a disadvantage. A 3v4 with Kev's got just waited with a Bucky. There's gonna be a death wish here for Tyrant if they try and decide to get into the Viper's Pit. But look at the trade-offs happening here. Viper's Pit finally being denied here, but unfortunately Kev's God wants to be able to take it off.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that Bucky gameplay in another game title, but man, Cavs letting them know about it. 4-3 on our scoreline. And again, you see the impact that Kevs is able to provide here on this team. Definitely something to behold. And he continues this up, right? The defense is gonna look good for them. But now we switch sides, so now they're on the defense. See what's that gonna look like for them. Again, we saw so many kills from Droplet with that KJ on the defense. So you just kind of expect the same thing here for Mac moving forward.
Yes. And this must be their winning side. They got a couple of duelists. They got Snappy on the Jet and Savvy on the Neon. So they better make the most out of the agent composition that they have so far. I guess it would be also beneficial for them to offer the rushes as long as there's gonna be support being provided. Although, with the lack of the decent flash,
yeah,
it might be difficult here for Tyrant to do just that.
Okay, here we go. Just about to be tested. And for Tyrant, right, there's 2 duelists in here, so they can play fast if they want to. But here we go. Kevs pulling up the shots, announcing himself that, hey, I'm here. Waiting for this perfect moment to strike. He's pretty much damaged up, so there's really nobody there to heal him at the moment. So for Tyrant, you'd gladly take this fight.
Playing this fight, wonderful wall by the way. Even occupying the upper angle right there. But Kev's got, like what you have mentioned, getting some damage. Both of our Neons are actually damaged right now, but Jian will be taking out Mini. No more ounce for getting further information. They got up for point in contact. This is going to be quite of a difficult one, but all of the duels just currently happening here. 3 shots being fired, but not connecting at all.
Tons of pressure from Lufa, but here goes Tyrant. About to break in Lively with the big kill to take down Lufa to make this game tied up. 30 seconds remaining to put that spike down. Where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go? They should be calling out the rotations here. And that's what just they're doing right now. But it seems like the bad thing here is that Savvy might be a bit too far. And they are continuously going to be delayed here. 10 seconds on the clock here. They better put this fight down
And
already. But they're continuously being pressured here by no-namers. And it's all up to Gion.
He doesn't even have to go because the spike dropped, so there's no more time to play there for Tyrant.
That is quite unfortunate.
I mean, for Congo to be able to signal out that, hey, the players are pushing my end, we gotta be able to reinforce me real quick, and then a couple of guys went and take the verticality.
Yeah.
And when he heard those gunshots, immediately Tyrant, they shambled and gave away a round for free.
And it seems like that there is a certain amount of indecisiveness already coming in here from the attacking side. It's gonna be really important for them to be quick about it. And hopefully that we can see more of that. But right now they're at an eco round. They gotta work with that. They got, despite of the lack of decent firepower on their end. But seems like Kev's God will be detected by the recon guard. But we were positioning immediately. rock and roll, taking a couple with an Indonesia trade here onto Savvy.
Well, you're going to be happy with that trade right there. A 2-for-1 for no-namers, and you just got to sit back tight, wait for this attack to push out.
Okay. Sensing the presence here, a really great anchor for all of the sites here. Every single person allocated in a specific position here, but it seems like they already got the intel that they are still hovering at the main area. Is Mac just waiting for that rotate to actually happen? But
Oh, man.
I wonder if the patience will give him what he wants.
I mean, the longer the Tyrant takes this, the more they're going to tunnel vision. So now you just gotta have to go push this one out and fight your way in with numbers. They're flooding through. They take down Lufa, but now awaits them is kind of a pinch play situation. You still gotta have to put the spike down and try to work your way around there. Gion on the defense, trying to play this retake. They're ready to take it on from the flank with Mac taking down Lively. That's the double. Can we see the third one to go for Mac to cash out?
I guess not. I'm actually wondering if Savvy will be doing what he gotta do, but unfortunately, I guess it's just a bit too much to handle. 3 people still alive and kicking here for no namers, and they are now on a 6-3.
I mean, I don't know how Mac actually got through towards that mid. You gotta have some site control security on that just to be able to make sure that you have a backup plan when things go south towards that A site. I mean, they did not. They were forced to put that spike down on the A site.
Yeah, and it seems like it's gonna be quite of a struggle for Snappy and Savvy as well, because once again, they go to have the blinds that they need in order to have an advantageous push. Not to mention that once again, dashing in or sliding into a specific site would leave them vulnerable. That's why it's really important to have some backup. But unfortunately, they haven't been able to do that perfectly from the past few rounds that we have. But once again, they will try anyway.
Another one.
A flank here waiting to happen for no namers. This might be an issue because Droplet is already out here for the side of Tyrant as well.
And they already know that there's a backstab going on and they have to fight for the front and they're going quick. But Savvy finds nothing. Snappy has had a rough time on this map and he's discombobulated. No namers. 1 round away from taking this one home.
A landslide just happened here. Unfortunately, the casualties are the team of Tyrant, and it seems like they're being demolished here by the side of no namers so far. My oh my. Despite of the fact of them being able to put themselves in the site and committing, they're continuously being shut down because there's just a lot more utility that Gion may offer here to the squad, which definitely is a headache here for them.
You're back against the wall. Have you learned something from this past few rounds? You have been backstabbed multiple times by no namers, and so far there is really nothing going on. You do find that first blood, you take down Kev, so you remove the ways for no namers to get into the flank. You force your way into the B site. First blood, second blood actually gonna be traded out here with Congo, and Kev's actually out here for no namers, so Tyrant showing signs of vitality in this game. Can they hold it down?
Can they hold it out? That is indeed a question because Gion will be taking out one, but fortunately there is gonna be a trade here from Mini. 3v2, no namers, quite at a disadvantage, but it seems like someone's gonna be caught off guard. Mini taking out their counterpart Sova, who is Lufa, and from the back lies that lurker is all they need. A 3k and possibly the last man standing here is Mac.
One shot.
Again, critically low in terms of HP. Well, got no choice but to receive that shot. 7-4 here. Still a favor for no namers, but that is a big one here from Tyrant.
Oh, here we go again with no namers in round number 7. They've been here before, up against Team Nemesis and faltered. Will history repeat itself, or will Tyrant fall prey to no namers finally closing this one out? This round is crucial. If you're no namers, you just want to get this over with and advance at the lower bracket finals. But it won't be that easy. Tyrant are surging in. They may have had found the answer to the problem that they face all this time on the second half.
Man, that's quite of a very irreplicable moment there. Sometimes you just gotta bank on the individual players in those types of moments, and sometimes it's not sustainable to rely on that at all. But what matters is they got that round. One more round being needed here by No Namers. Would that be it, or will Tyrant prolong this one once and for all? Seems like lots of presence being detected here on the B site, and they better be careful because just in a glimpse of an eye, they can be immediately destructed.
You need something from Snappy here. He has to make a play. Currently 4-10, and again, this round is not yet over. You can still go find your way back into this matchup. All you have to do is awaken Snappy in this post-plant defense that you got for No Namers was going to be complete in this setup. Mac with the ultis try to force this one in, and there goes the activation. 10 seconds to detain. Shots are already being fired here. Snappy awakens, at least finds one. Cavs do fall out as well. Tyrant, despite the ulti from Mac, will hold it down. Lufa remaining alive. Do you still want to take a crack at this maybe one more time? But that one last time ends up with Tyrant winning the round.
That is crazy. We definitely thought that's going to be quite of a mad advantage here for No Namers the moment that Ismac put the lockdown onto B, but unfortunately they haven't been able to see the threat lingering at the yellow area, which is Snappy and Happy, which is wonderful to say the least, because they're just 2 more rounds away into opting for an OT.
Oh boy, if you're No Namers, you're thinking about that situation from last game once again. Tyrant, they're gonna slow the pace down, which is a great sign of, again, adapting
Recovery.
to what No Namers has been able to provide you, so you want to keep them guessing on where you are right now.
We are loving the recovery so far here for the side of Tyrant, and hopefully that they will be able to keep that mental on check.
Still waiting for Snappy again to come alive here. Currently 5-11 in a
And look
very
how they-
important match right now.
They got the Blaze Storm and as well as the Overdrive already here for Tyrant.
Yeah.
They can actually make the most out of that one to secure this round once and for all. But they better be careful because they also have the Thrash and as well as the Overdrive here in the hands of Kev's God, as well as Gion here onto No Namers. But currently, it seems like they are taking that really decisive approach here. Everyone is just gonna be collective on their approach and push here towards B, and Kongu should be prepared holding the Spectre. Man, he might possibly be overwhelmed in this area.
Oh man, spikes still do get planted here. It's 2 guys down for Tyrant. Is this the end? The cleanup now for No Namers. Successful in the hands of Cavs. He falls. Still standing, but now
My.
shut down. No Namers will remain alive. Moving forward to the lower bracket finals, shutting down Tyrant Esports.
The Overdrive drove them off to victory and never left a chance to Tyrant to pull it off on an overtime. Nice try, to say the least, because you can definitely see there's already glimpses of hope here. There's already some chances. There's already some rounds being racked up here by Tyrant, but unfortunately, it's not just enough. Let's check out the statistics over here. We're in. When you check out their KDs here, both MVPs, it's not quite that too far. But for the side of Tyrant, you can definitely say that some of their members faced a lot of difficulty when trying to face against No Namers as well.
I tell you what, still a great play for Droplet again as the KJ on this team. 11-9 in the scoreboard. I believe he had 10 kills